Okay, so as we continue the My Best Stand series here, I know we went over North Grown-Up, which was what I considered my best stand. We're going to stay on the same property, and honestly this next stand would be just as good as North Grown-Up if there wasn't a few years where the landowner did sheep, and this area that we call the Grove was an open area that we had a food plot in that for several years he used for his sheep. With that being said, it would be one of the best stands, if not probably tied with North Grown-Up. It sits almost with the exact same layout, same parking, same access type. We get to access through an open green field from the same parking area we would North Grown-Up. We're just heading north. The deer, just like North Grown-Up, tend to not come through that green field, especially in daylight hours, because the residential areas are visible to them. So obviously they're trying to avoid areas where they see people, cars, equipment as much as they can. So access is key again. We come in through the green field. We're using a north wind to blow our wind back to the residential areas. And in the evening we can slip right out again. This blind sits in a fence line just like North Grown-Up, so we can sneak out of that blind out the backside, come out, and we're hitting that what we call the green field, and slip right back to our truck there. Again, the Grove is really close to bedding. So on the north side of the food plot, there's a somewhat steep ridge, goes down to a creek bottom, and those deer bed all over that ridge. So again, you can see the theme there, being close to that bedding, and then again, thirdly, putting that food in there close to the bedding where they can get up even midday sometimes and eat. The one thing that's different about the Grove I really like in comparison to North Grown-Up is it's enclosed. So meaning you got the fence line on the backside, you got trees, kind of like a circle food plot. You got several islands of trees that encircle it, and on that north side is that ridge and that timber that drops down. And then lastly, again, is the food plot. We've been able to, I think in 2020, the sheep were out of there, and we were able to put a food plot back in. We've had several really good hunts in there. Uriah shot his first buck ever there in 2014. We've put that video out and shown that. We've had several other, I killed a buck there that also in 2014, I call it Crabby, just big old buck. We were low genetic deer, but big old buck that I shot there in late season. Then the sheep came in for several years, and I was able to shoot in 2021 one of the coolest bucks I ever shot, deer we called Stepside, double drop tine 8-pointer. So, but yeah, the Grove has been super efficient too. It's one of my favorites. The one upside to it in comparison to North Grown-Up is it hunts good on north, northwest, northeast, any type of northerly wind, and a west wind works there too. So usually with cold fronts, you can get in there almost every time, with that northerly wind blowing in. So you could start to see a theme developed here. Our best stand sites are 1, access, 2, close to bedding, and 3, having food there. Thanks for watching the Whitetail Factor, and I'll be back shortly with another video. We'll probably start to get into, I know I've done the first 2 have been stands that sit on food plots, but honestly the Grove here, you can hunt it during the rut and it's just as good, just because it's so close to bedding. But we'll get into some timber stands hopefully here soon. See you next time.